Teachers, they say, are the custodians and managers of every nation's cradle. They are also credited with managing the process of honing the skills of any nation's bright and young in preparation for a life of service and personal fulfillment. Because of the critical role they play in education, there has always been that silent moral call for teachers to be adequately rewarded, at least to be at par with other professionals of comparable importance. To what extent have teachers been taken care of by the Nigerian government and people? For an answer to that and a lot more, we are now joined by Oluwatosin Aroloye, an educator and teacher trainer and founder of Oluko, a platform dedicated to empowering teachers with skills, opportunities, and financial stability. Great to have you on the morning show. Good morning. You see, I love the job. I love the teaching job because I can remember certain teachers that I've had across various stages of my educational journey, from right when I was in primary school to secondary school to even studying law in university. There were specific people, there were a lot of teachers, but there's specific teachers like a Dr. Wiseman or Miss Motunrayo that was in primary school. Their names are ingrained in my mind forever, because they're the people that helped my journey and held my hand through my educational journey. Talk to me about the entire profession as it pertains to relating to your students and how you have to work with the kids to make sure that, just like myself, they always remember. That must be a very daunting process.
It is actually. So what this I say is teaching for me, I think, is a calling. So aside from being a calling, of course, you have to go to school, either 3 years for NC, 4 years for BED to go and learn how to, because of course there's a...
7 years to be a teacher?
3 years. So
okay,
there's 3 years for NC, there's 4 years for BED.
Okay,
So you have to go and learn the process because of course we have different kids and there are ways that you reach out to them. The way you teach maybe, hey, you can't do the same thing for B. So you have to master how to be able to reach out to them. So of course it's a calling, but also you have to learn the process on how you're able to reach out to these kids. So it's not easy, working with children, but for me personally, it's fun. It's as if it's my life.
We appreciate you for your service. Honestly, thank you. Thank you so much.
I thought you were going to mention the fact that you once taught too.
Oh, yes. Well, Steve,
but
you always have to do that.
The teacher in you.
I did teach theater arts in a school. And, it was a secondary school where the kids went for a competition. So I taught them the choreography and all of that. It was such a pleasant experience. But now the challenge is, some of which I would say I also saw firsthand, the reality of being a teacher, from the pay, the salary, to the welfare. A lot of organizations have HMOs and all of these. I find that a lot of teachers do not have. Talk to us about some of the challenges that teachers are dealing with right now.
So currently in this country, being a teacher in this country is hard. It's hard,
Being a journalist is hard too, but I get you.
Being a teacher in this country is hard. I made a video, 2 days ago saying that whatever Nigeria is going through right now in this country, being a teacher, you're going to like times 10 of it. Because you will see a BSc holder earning 30K as salary. Yeah, you're seeing a master holder earning 40K as salary. Up to now. I used to earn 16,000 naira before things. And I have people that up to now they are still earning 20K, 30K as salary as a teacher. And talk about the workload. You will see
in private schools.
Even in public, of course, I know that public school has like a structure to their payments, but of course, the workload you see in a class, 45 children, 60 children. It's a lot for the teacher. Talk about their welfare, their mental health. Nobody cares for them. There's literally, no provision for teachers. We just do the work and I was saying that the only thing that we get as a teacher in this country is poverty.
You get our love.
What will love do for me? I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house. So, so why must I, because I chose to be a teacher, have to struggle? I have to jump from one loan to another because I decided to be a teacher. So it's so hard. Being a teacher in Nigeria is hard. It's so hard.
Talk to us about, because what I get from what you're saying is that you do not want your reward to be in heaven. You want it to be here, and there's nothing wrong with that. But talk to us about the platform that you promoting Oluko.
Yes.
What is it about? Is it digital? Is it AI? Who is it targeted at, and what are the benefits?
So I run Oluko community. Started 3 years ago. You know, I was a teacher who was in Lagos earning 16,000 naira, and I felt I wanted to be a teacher. This is my calling. This is my life. I wanted to do this bad, but I felt the money wasn't coming. So when COVID happened and we moved to online space, I started teaching online. So the money started coming, like, okay, if I could move from this to 7 figures, how about I help other teachers do the same? So I started a community. So beyond just helping them make more money, I want to create a home for them where they are seen, their voices are heard, and through that platform, we also reach out to pre-service teachers. Those are the ones in school, because of course, even the ones in school don't want to become a teacher, because there's really no example to say, I saw Mr. A, I want to be like them. Nobody wants to be a teacher, So we started what we call campus store, where we go to schools to talk to them to say, there is money in this space. If you can do this and this and this, you can do this. So we also have African Teacher Summit that we did last year in Unilag, where we had teachers come over to say, okay, what? African Teacher Summit. Okay. We had teachers, from Nigeria, from Ghana, come to Lagos to come join us to say, okay, what can we do? Because I feel that we are our own savior. What can we do to move from here to here? And so I've been doing that, training teachers. Currently, we are over 3,000 currently on WhatsApp, where we, have trainings that we do every month and quarterly for them, just to ensure that these people are okay and they are seen.
Okay, so, we're speaking about teacher welfare and teacher pay, and I want to ask also if there's government support, because, we do have a minimum wage, but you're saying that teachers are earning less than a minimum wage, even in government schools or public schools?
So for government school, I know that some teachers are earning, I can't really say this is how much they earn, but no matter how much they are even earning, it's not so much.
In relation to the standard of living.
Yes. You can't see a teacher in a government school earning 200K, 300K. If you're earning that, it means that you're a principal or you are an HM. You can't see a teacher earning 300K as a teacher. No, it's not possible to know.
So, but are there any structural issues that teachers are facing that government is helping with or not helping with? Beyond pay. So, if it's teacher training, reducing class size, even pupil welfare, mental health services, healthcare, do you see government support in any of these areas?
I've not seen any so far. I've not seen any. Of course, I see that some people do some trainings, but they don't really attend to what exactly the problem. We just come and do training, and after that, you train a teacher that doesn't even have a laptop. You're training me to use tech. I don't have a laptop. How do I use, what you already taught me? So, of course, I've not really seen, the training. I've not.
So what would you like, as the convener and founder of Oluko, as well as someone who's now speaking for the plight of teachers in Nigeria, what would you like as a teacher yourself? What would you like to see happen for other teachers across the country?
So I think one of my biggest dreams is to see a place where first teachers are celebrated. With enough of, Auntie, God bless you. Auntie, thank you. Auntie, we love you. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to be celebrated. On Teachers' Day, the highest you've seen is they will just give you Coke and Fanta. That's it. We want more. We want more. We want more of teacher training. We want more of payment. We want them to. I want government to have we have a structure. Everybody can open school right now once you have your small change. Nobody knows the how of even running a proper school, right? You will see a school owner telling a parent that don't worry, in 3 days your child will read, and now the pressure is on the teacher. So these are things that I want the government to put structures in place that these people are not overworked. A teacher works from literally 7 o'clock to 6 p.m. And the same thing, even over weekend, they still have to attend to calls. You will see a classroom of over 50 children, one person. So I want a place where that is, normally it should be 15 to 1 teacher. But in Nigeria, you have 60 to 1 teacher. So it's a lot. It's crazy. I want to go to a point where they are seen, their voices are heard, they are well paid. Teachers can also say they want to buy a car, they want to buy a Lamborghini, yeah? Once we get to that point where we are making so much, we don't have to, rely on loans just to live our life. We also want to send our kids to outside the country to go and study,
That's valid.
It is a good idea.
It is a good idea.
You will have to do a lot more.
It's not asking for anything that's ridiculous.
Oluwatosin, talk to us briefly before we let you go about how has the Japa syndrome affected teaching profession. We know what happens in the medical field. I'm aware of, at a time, I think it was the UAE and one other country specifically requesting for Nigerian teachers, who are qualified to come and work abroad. Now that you are putting people on WhatsApp, on social media, using technology, you are further exposing them to opportunities outside. Do you foresee a situation whereby you wake up one day and you see that 10% of the people that you are training on your platform, have, looked for greener pastures abroad?
So it's already happening now. So what, aside from even Jackpot syndrome, even from COVID, so now teachers can now stay in their home and work from home. We have online teaching now. So literally everybody wants to work from home. So now the concern, if they all work from home, what happens to the ones in the classroom? So one of the ways that it is affecting or it will affect is the fact that teachers now want comfort. I want the best for myself. You can go to a place where they are paying me more or they are seeing me. I want to go there as well. So it's going to affect the kids in Nigeria because literally everybody wants to work from home. They want remote because it pays more. And because parents are, they jackpot, we now have online class. They are requiring for teachers in Nigeria, which is good for us, which has been a blessing for some of us. People are now, going for that option as against, people that do not want to even teach online want to go because there's money there. So it's literally affecting what we now have for kids who are currently in the classroom.
A lot of people will say that, moving away slightly from jackpot, we have just 1 minute, that part of the problem that we have with many youngsters, students and pupils, has to do with the low quality of the teaching methods and the low quality, low training of teachers themselves. Are you satisfied with what you see of your colleagues in terms of the sort of grammar that they speak, in terms of their exposure, to knowledge? Are you satisfied that teachers...
I'm not. So I'm saying that there has to be more attention on teachers. We have to train them. I remember when I saw the video of a woman that was trending that beat a child recently, and I was like, of course, what she did was wrong, but I'm saying, who are the ones training these people? You said that somebody did not get a job, maybe studied accounting, you didn't get a job. The next thing is you're becoming a teacher. So right now we have people that are cheaters currently in our space that we do not want them, And the people that are being trained in school do not want to become a teacher. And the ones that are there, nobody's training them because if I'm earning 30K, how do I bring out a 150K to go and study, maybe like take a course, take extra thing? So there should be more attention on teacher training so that it can also, because the entire thing, the one who suffers is our kids, our learners. Because of course you can't have quality education without the teacher. It's first about the teacher. They have to be sound and sane. They have to be competent so that they can give, to us.
All right. Oluwatosin,
I noticed
Aroloye.
people calling you Aroloye B. Is that a nickname that they've given
Yes.
you? That's interesting. Well, it's lovely to meet you. And again, thank you so much for what you do. Hopefully, the right stakeholders in this do the needful and the plight of teachers can be elevated in Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.